$200,000 vanished into thin air on November 24, 1971, and not a single dollar bill has ever been spent. The man who stole it jumped from a plane at 10,000 feet and disappeared into history, leaving behind the only unsolved hijacking case in American aviation. You think you know the D.B. Cooper story? Think again, because what I'm about to reveal will shatter everything you thought you knew about the most legendary heist in FBI history. I'm talking about the ransom money that defies every law of physics, economics, and common sense. We're talking about $200,000 in cash that should have flooded the black market, changed hands thousands of times, and popped up in banks across America. But it didn't. It vanished like Cooper himself, and the reason why is far more sinister than you imagine. Before we dive deep into this rabbit hole, hit that subscribe button because what I'm uncovering today connects to a network of unsolved crimes that the FBI doesn't want you linking together. And drop a comment right now. Have you ever found old money in a strange place? Because one viewer's discovery could crack this case wide open. Here's what makes this case absolutely mind-bending. D.B. Cooper hijacked Northwest Orient Flight 305, received $200,000 in ransom, and parachuted into the night carrying cash that was meticulously photographed and recorded by the FBI. Every single serial number was documented. Banks across America were given the list. Any attempt to spend even one bill would trigger immediate FBI action. Yet in 53 years, only $5,800 was ever recovered, found buried on a riverbank in 1980 by an 8-year-old boy. That means $194,200 is still out there, or more disturbingly, it's nowhere at all. How does nearly $200,000 in traceable cash disappear without a trace in a modern economy where every transaction leaves a digital footprint? The FBI will tell you Cooper died in the jump. They'll show you statistics about survival rates, weather conditions, and the impossibility of landing safely in that terrain. But here's what they won't tell you. The FBI closed the case in 2016, but in 2024, two siblings came forward claiming their father, Richard Floyd Jr., was actually D.B. Cooper. If Cooper died that night, where's the body? Where's the parachute? And most importantly, where's the money? Let me hit you with a theory that keeps me up at night. What if the money was never meant to be spent? What if D.B. Cooper wasn't a desperate criminal, but a government operative conducting the perfect cover operation? Stay with me here because the evidence is disturbing. Consider this. Cooper displayed expert knowledge of aircraft, parachuting, and flight paths that suggests military training. The ransom he demanded was specifically $200,000 in $20 bills, a denomination that's easy to track but also easy to destroy. He chose a 727 aircraft because he knew exactly how to operate its aft stairs mid-flight, knowledge that was classified at the time. Now here's where it gets dark. What if Cooper was a CIA asset who staged the hijacking to create a legitimate reason for cash to disappear from the system? In 1971, the CIA was running covert operations worldwide that required untraceable funding. A stolen $200,000 that officially vanished becomes perfect black budget money that Congress can't track. The fact that the money never circulated isn't proof that Cooper died. It's proof that the money served its purpose and was destroyed to maintain the illusion. The small amount found on the riverbank, deliberately planted years later to close the case and stop people from asking questions. If this is blowing your mind, smash that like button and share this video because the mainstream media will never connect these dots for you. But wait, it gets crazier. In 2011, FBI agents returned to the original search area with ground-penetrating radar and metal detectors. They told the media they were following new leads. What they didn't tell anyone was what they found, or more accurately, what they didn't find. Zero trace of a parachute, 0 personal items, and 0 human remains in an area that should have been Cooper's landing zone based on flight data. Here's the kicker. Local loggers reported that 2 months after the hijacking, they saw military helicopters conducting extensive searches in remote areas that were nowhere near the official FBI search zone. These weren't FBI helicopters. They were unmarked military aircraft. What were they really searching for? Or were they extracting something or someone? The rabbit hole goes even deeper when you look at Richard Floyd Jr., the man whose children claim was Cooper. McCoy pulled off an almost identical hijacking just 5 months after Cooper, using the same tactics, same type of aircraft, and even demanding the same denomination bills. He was caught, convicted, and escaped from prison in 1974, only to be killed in a shootout with FBI agents. But here's what the FBI never explained. Why would someone who successfully pulled off the perfect crime as D.B. Cooper immediately try the same stunt again in a way that guaranteed he'd be caught? Unless McCoy was deliberately sent to prison as a patsy to close the Cooper investigation, while the real Cooper continued his work for intelligence agencies. Here's what I need you to do. Check any old money you have from the 1960s and 70s. The serial numbers of Cooper's ransom money are publicly available. If you find even one bill that matches, you could be sitting on the key to America's greatest unsolved mystery, and possibly a target for agencies that want this case to stay buried. Drop a comment with "Cooper lives" if you're ready to go down this rabbit hole with me. Next week, we're investigating why the FBI keeps reopening cold cases only to close them again within months, and the pattern is terrifying. Subscribe now because we're exposing the cases that powerful people spent millions to keep hidden. And remember, sometimes the money that disappears tells a bigger story than the money that's found. The truth is out there, and it's more valuable than $200,000.